Many countries around the world have been pressured and bribed by the Turkish government to deport members of the Hizmet movement, especially the teachers working at the Turkish schools, back to Turkey. Malaysia, Somalia, Myanmar, Thailand, Gabon, Pakistan, Sudan, Afghanistan, and Cambodia are the countries that gave in to Erdogan's pressure. In many of these countries, the Turkish intelligence services worked with that respective country's intelligence and abducted the Hizmet-affiliated teachers from their homes at night to send them back to Turkey with the Turkish Airlines planes that were already waiting for them. And once they arrived in Turkey, they were detained and tortured. ANC politicians are under intense pressure by Turkey to accept the deportations of the Hizmet members and to shut down the best-performing Hizmet institutions in their respective country. On the other hand, the number of those who left Turkey has reached a record number. According to the data presented by the President's office, 137,000 Turkish citizens have left their country for foreign countries. The number of those who left Turkey rose by 20% compared to the previous year. According to the news presented on Sözcü, there are 6.5 million Turks living abroad. The number of immigrants in Turkey have passed 5 million, and the number of Syrians has reached 3,700,000 people. Only 63,000 of these Syrians are in camps. The remaining 3,637,000 of them live in 79 different provinces across Turkey. The fertility rate of Syrian women is presented at 5.3 children per woman. There are over 60 cases of suicide in prisons. Cadets are being sentenced to life in prison, meaning those who are still in their youth years are being held under arrest with the accusation of a coup attempt. The Turkish public that was exposed to the real face of the right has never seen another point in Turkey's history with such a record number of infants and children in jails. On the one hand, there are cars worth millions, the palaces being built in Ahlat, the personal jets that are worth millions, the 140-meter super yacht built in Tuzla used by the politicians, while 30,984 Turkish citizens have committed suicide in the past 9 years due to financial difficulty and poverty. According to the data presented by the Turkish Statistical Institution, in the 17 years that include the period of 2002 and 2018, 50,378 Turkish citizens have committed suicide. This means that during the 17 years that the country was under AKP's rule, an average of 2,963 people per year and 8 people per day have committed suicide. These numbers do not include those who died of hunger. The fact that 3,000 judges and prosecutors were dismissed from their positions 2 days prior to the coup attempt, 500,000 of people being declared as terrorists, the shutdown of 200 media institutions, the imprisonment of youth, the old, and children, the imprisonment of 864 babies with their mothers, the silencing of the journalists, the Turkish land being sold to foreigners in the name of a government project, all of which took place recently after the coup, are indicative of Erdogan and AK Party's efforts to plunge the country into darkness. Reported from Huddled Masses, Chicago.